Hello guys, welcome to NEET 360. So today we are going to look at what is the perfect strategy for the exam. So do you think the perfect strategy for the exam only happens during exam? No guys, it's not like that. The perfect strategy for the exam starts from the preparation stage. So how perfectly you are doing your preparation and how you have to take your preparation into the examination hall so that it makes a fruitful count for you. So guys, most of you miss few logics and go beyond some unlogical preparations which causes your score not improving. I know most of the students generally suffer with one of the most important point that my scores are stable at 300 or 350 or 400. I'm not able to pick up my score from there. And then what they do is they start preparing or giving more time for physics and chemistry and miss a logic are the major contributor in your bulk of the score, the biology. So guys, today let us talk about the right strategy and how you can uplift your marks so that your confidence in your preparation slowly gets boosted or increased and will take you close to the dream of getting into a medical college. So guys, remember, most of you what you do is you give lot of time for physics, reading and practice, and lot of time for reading of chemistry and practice of chemistry. But how many of you agree with me that you read biology but the practice in biology is not up to the mark? Let us just understand a little scientifically. You are taking 100 problems in a week for physics and 100 problems in chemistry in a week, and you are also solving 100 questions in biology in a week. Now let us see how it is impacting. To solve these 100 problems in physics, you require at least minimum to minimum, let us say that per question, if you take 2 minutes of time, you are taking approximately 200 minutes of time. And whereas chemistry, for each question, if you are taking 1 minute, for 100 questions, you are taking 100 minutes. Whereas in biology, when you consider it as half minute for a question, so it is exactly 100 questions you are doing in 50 minutes. So when you are looking at the question count, it is 100 biology, 100 physics and 100 chemistry, but in real time, with respect to time, the time that you are investing for biology is only 50 minutes and chemistry is 100 minutes, whereas physics is 200 minutes. But look at the yield, guys. You know that 360 marks in the examination is carried by biology, which is almost or exactly 50% of the total weightage of your NEET marks. So don't you think that this 200 minutes you are spending for physics, if you are spending the same 200 minutes in biology, the number of questions that you can practice goes to 400. And what difference does this make? Most of the students, when I talk to most of the students, they generally tell that, sir, I know the concepts in biology, but it is taking more time for me in the examination hall. Hence, I am taking more time for chemistry, and when I am going for physics, I am not finding time to complete the paper of physics, though some of the questions are easier, I know, but I am not having enough time for me in my hands to finish the paper. Don't you think this is a major concern? So why the speed is really not up to the mark in biology? Guys, remember, when you read and go for the examination without proper practice, then what happens is when you go for the examination, when you sit in the examination, when you are solving the question, to recall each and every question, it takes more time for your brain to recall them. So such 90 questions, when you are recalling, it takes more time. Or sometimes what happens, when you repeat the question, you read the questions in a hurry and you don't understand, and then you repeat the question, it kills time. The moment the time starts getting killed by you, there will be unwanted stress or anxiety that build in you looking at the clock. So what I am talking about is, if 200 minutes, if you are spending for biology and solving 400 questions instead of 100 questions, you have the bandwidth of this 300 questions. What difference this makes in the examination is, when you go for the exam or before the examination, you will understand what different kind of range of questions or how differently the questions can be asked or framed from this particular chapter which you have prepared. So mentally you are ready for the exam, and when you go for the examination hall, when you look at the biology paper, it is very easy to decode the mindset of the examiner, and it is easy to score, and very actively you can recall the options or answers, and it saves your time. Remember guys, in perfectly 45-50 minutes of time, if you are able to solve and score 330-340 marks in biology, and if your cutoff is around 500 marks, almost 340 is around 75% of the weightage of the paper is already, you already have in your hands. You are rich now. And remember, you have 2 or 10 minutes of time, and the score you require are 160 marks or 170 marks. In terms of questions, if we look at, hardly we have 40 to 42 questions. And the time that we are having in our hands is 2 or 10 minutes. Which is approximately 130 minutes of time, whereas 10 minutes of time, if you are giving for your bubbling, you still have 120 minutes of time for those 42 questions to make you enter the medical college. And the moment you increase the number of questions, it changes the college you enter through your marks. So guys, why do you miss this opportunity? Understand that biology practice is very, very, very important. And remember guys, and the right strategy for the revision before the examination is, make sure you write the short note of biology, make sure you write the short note for inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. It is mandatory. All the reagents, the named reactions, the special conditions of the organic should be at a place, and all the anomalous characteristics which are given in your inorganic chemistry should be at one specific place to actively revise them before the examination. In physical chemistry, there are certain fact-based questions which are there in your NCERT book, which have to be very clearly read and framed in your short notebook. And in the same way, physics, you have to make the formula notes, and that should be very actively recalled before the examination. And most importantly, NCERT summary points are very, very, very important before you write any examination, which is given exactly at the end of the chapter in the NCERT for every chapter in the CBSE textbooks. So guys, try practicing this. I am very sure your scores will be boosted, because in the 3 hours of duration of time, how you spend the first 45 or 50 minutes of time defines rest of the 2 hours of your examination. So never forget this. So don't be in a hurry, or don't miss the opportunity to grab the highest score in the first 33.33% of the time of the examinations. So NEET 360, I am very sure, is adding a lot of value for you. And in the next video, we will come up with a new strategy and new problem that you're facing. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.